There I was, late at night, flipping through channels, only to stumble upon a motorcyclist with a yellow helmet that apparently had no head. Then soon after that, this pink-haired girl wielded a bass guitar like a bat. Then this orange-haired guy started swinging his sword around, fighting these invisible monsters. And let's just say I was kind of hooked. I was pulled into this new world thanks to Adult Swim. Normally Cartoon Network, but this night in particular, I was very lucky. Toonami was on, a television block that shows action cartoons and anime. I was still pretty new to anime at the time, so being spoon-fed such variety in anime, the unique styles and cultures, the music, it was pretty cool. And that got me to search for more stuff.
A man who lived in dreams. That's who he was.
And so I did. Being new to anime, anything is like the best thing ever. But as time passed, I started to see the same things over and over, and I kind of wanted more. I had this itch that I just couldn't scratch. I was craving shows that brought me back to those early Toonami days. Because back then, I was spoon-fed different flavors in anime. Now was the time I was on my own to scour the internet. I had no clue what my anime list was, but I did have YouTube reviews. Back in the olden days when those were more popular. I mean, they're still around, but still. Some shows hit, some didn't. The shows that did hit, that scratched that itch I was so desperate for. I found those flavors that I've been missing. Anime's brimming with style, to the point it felt like I was cool for watching them. As lame as that may sound. Series like Samurai Champloo.
I need to stop and smell the roses, but my greed is bad. Stamps in my passport looking like graffiti tags. I just got a bag bigger than a fat TV dad. I'm taking trips to where the ladies are bikini clad.
Japanese culture mixed with hip-hop, rap, when there's just that vibe that stands out enough to make it shine above all the other series. Something that just hits different. I want to talk about that. Style in anime. It's like the difference between a regular hot dog with either ketchup or mustard versus a hot dog with mustard, relish, mayo, onions, and just every single topping sprinkled along it. One is alright, a decent taste, but nothing special. You probably forget it in a few days, but the other one has so many different flavors that it just pops in your mouth and it makes it truly unforgettable.
It's not really summer till you have your ballpark.
Style can come in many forms, from the chill and laid-back music of FLCL or Fooly Cooly.
The white steam that billows out every day at the same time. It looked to me like smoke that signified some kind of omen.
It can also come in the art direction, like in Soul Eater, which is kind of one of the perfect anime to watch during Halloween. Being creepy, but not only that, also being extremely cool within the character designs, music, and so on. That's kind of why when the spin-off series, Soul Eater Not, came out, I didn't really like it all that much. There was something about it that was just off. And I know it's in the name, it's not supposed to be like Soul Eater, it's not. But you know, when you bring back the original characters, I can't help but compare the two. It felt like the style that made Soul Eater so special was gone. Honestly, the new style, it felt like something I've seen before. And not to downplay what it was going for, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. But to be honest, maybe at some point I'll give it a second chance, giving it another look with a different mindset. So yeah, I didn't know where to add this part, but Soul Eater has one of my favorite ending credits for an anime. The very first one. It was just so stylistically cool and interesting. The first time I saw it, I rewinded it, and rewinded it, and rewinded it.
I wanna be equals.
You ever get that feeling when you're just like, So that's a vibe right there. Will this ending, this be a vibe?
The objective is clear. Kill and harvest evil souls.
In the name of Lord Death, this evil must be purged.
And also, there was even a new anime that came out. I have yet to see because I'm way behind. But I did actually plan on making a video on it when I first saw the trailer. But again, I'm just like way behind on stuff. It has one of my favorite aesthetics, the cyberpunk aesthetic. Probably my favorite genre in general, honestly. There's something about dystopian futures, neon lights, the disheveled nature of it all that just speaks to me. And then there's shows like Bleach and Jujutsu Kaisen that have the best drip in all of anime. And just all around coolness within its art style. Love Bleach or hate Bleach, I think most people can agree that the character designs are really dang cool. And one of my favorite things are the many Spanish influences within the series, within the names, and the music within the anime. Mixing Japanese and Spanish cultures together with the espada, and I honestly think it was pretty dang cool. And it's pretty unique, something you don't see too often. But if you won't take my word for it, take these random Redditors' words for it. Yo, wait, whoa, that's a JoJo's reference in there, that's crazy. And not only having Spanish influences, but also German ones as well. And most likely more stuff I've missed, or just didn't think of. Also, I've mentioned this in a previous video, but the fact that this song is in Bleach will always be a win. But yeah, even location can drastically change the vibe. Like, let's say you dropped your anime in the middle of New York. Now you have animes like Baccano. And of course I can't forget about Cowboy Bebop, which I like to describe as futuristically worn, western coolness. A scientific term I made up myself.
I wonder what you'd call this kind of relationship. It's not like we have any camaraderie. There isn't really a bond here at all.
There's also Call of the Night, that puts a whole new spin on what the nighttime aesthetic could be. An explosion of color that takes your mind to a whole nother world.
私が君を助けてやろう。人はなぜ夜更かしをすると思う?
And there's also Space Dandy, which is extremely underrated by the same creator of Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. There's just so much to unpack there. This anime is just dripping with style. Moist even. It kinda sounds weird to call an anime moist, but you know what? That's what Space Dandy is. But to give a short summary, it's about a dandy guy in space who combs the galaxy like his pompadour. And of course, being in space, it lends itself to creative freedoms other shows wouldn't have, with you being able to travel to new worlds, not tying itself down to a specific setting. And you know, if you want to know more about Space Dandy, I did make a video on it. You should go check it out, maybe. It's an older one, but I feel it still holds up. Yeah. By the way, honorable mention to Redline. Such a great movie. The animation, music, on another level entirely. And the use of black shading, so dang good. And I made a video on Redline as well, but I don't know if it held up. And if it's bad, tell me in the comments below. I need the engagement, I'm desperate. Style is such an important part to anime and fiction in general. It can mean the difference between a show being mid to really dang cool. Watching anime for so long, you eventually become tired of seeing the same old things. It feels like there are so many anime that feel like copies of each other, that are just so generic. So when something shines brighter than all the rest, an anime that can give you a taste of flavors you would never think of, when there's so much passion put into the vibe, the art style, the music, something that makes it so that you can't look away, you feel trapped in this world and you don't want to leave, that's something truly special, and that's what I like to call style.
I wished our journey could have lasted forever.
In conclusion, style is cool. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. But until next time, dear viewer, peace out.